Hi. It's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I ate a smoothie bowl with chia seeds in it. I think I have them in my teeth. Is there something in my teeth? I don't think so. I don't really have much of an agenda today other than I'm gonna stream for a little while. Then I've got to get to work on some stuff. But my AWS bill seems like it keeps going up. Like people are using heat. But I don't know who's using heat. So let's try to figure it out. I think there's a way I can at least see who is. How can I figure this out? I think that there's an API. Whoa, what are all these alerts? There's some API that tells me like what channels have it installed, but there's probably some way that I can do like some usage aggregation, like make the, for example, I could do the WebSocket thing. We made that WebSocket connection option, and maybe there's a way we could use that. Maybe that's why my usage is more expensive, because now that I think about it, that means that every time we use heat, every time somebody uses heat, we write to Redis twice, right? Like we write to it. That maybe doesn't sound good. I don't know about all this. Who knows? I shouldn't have done it with Socket.io to begin with. Should have done it WebSockets the whole time. Who knows? Anyway, hi, hello, it's me, Scott. Did I say that? Let's go over here. Let's go to this beautiful desktop image. I'm not really feeling this desktop image. It's been so pretty in Portland for the last few days, like suspiciously beautiful. And the roofers aren't working today. It's like the world is looking out for me. Just got an email. Terrific. That is not a landscape. Ooh, there we go. That's what we need. Draclin, thank you. Happy birthday to you too, since it's also your birthday, as we all know. Here's what I want to figure out. I think there's a way. What are we learning about today? Bumpy Tiles Inventor. Okay. That's cool. I like those. Twitch extension API. So there's some way to see everybody who's got an extension installed, I think. But I don't exactly remember how. I mean, I never really knew how. I'm pretty sure it's possible. How's your day going, Draclin? What is with this? What's with the, what are you playing now? You still playing EverQuest? In a time machine? Why the EverQuest? What's going on around here? Is it really the 20th anniversary of EverQuest? What? And is this like, is it still running? Is it like actually, oh, okay, so they put up some servers. It had not been running continuously since then. I think I heard Ultima Online is still running without interruption. Maybe that's not true. I never played EverQuest. I played Ultima Online. Remember when Lord British was assassinated? Ultima Online was a cool game. 97. Life is yours, thank you. It's official. People are still playing the game. How is it? How does it feel to be back in EverQuest? I should go play some Final Fantasy XI. I got some free Twitch. I think I got Twitch loot that was like free Final Fantasy 14. Maybe I should try it. Your favorite game, really? That's cool. I just never really encountered it. I thought there was a thing. Maybe it's this reference. I thought there was a way to see like who is using. Yeah, get live channels with extension activated. That's what I want. So we want this, and it only needs a client ID. So this isn't even. This is all piece of cake. So let's get Postman out. Now, do you still like, are you playing your character from 20 years ago? Uh-oh, is there something secret in Postman? Before I just throw it up on the screen? I don't think so. No, that's not secret. I don't think, anyway. Okay, so we want... Kind of forgot how to do this. How to set set variables here. How do you do that? Is it like mustache template kind of things? That's query string parameters. How do you do I have to do it here? Like make an environment? Well, I should just do globals since we all pretty much always do client ID. I forgot my client ID. This? Wait, no, that's not what. Just this, please. Do I have to make an environment? Did I not do that correctly? Global client IV variables. If I throw this in here, are we good? I'm the only one. I'm the only one using heat right now. So if there's any... Is that true? Am I the only one with heat installed? That can't be right. I guess it's only live channels because like Life is Yours and Binary installed it. Well, that's slightly disappointing. I thought there would be more than that, but I guess that's fine. Oh, that's cool. So they re-release. What an interesting thing. You get to like relive EverQuest through the ages. Should I play EverQuest? Okay, well, here's the thing. Like for some reason, the usage, the AWS usage, part of it is fixed, right? Part of it's just time based. So like when stuff is up, you're paying for it. So just parts of it, like the load balancer and stuff, part of that just costs money per minute, basically. And then some things are flexible and cost per usage. And unfortunately, the Redis server seems to be that. And I think, I didn't really consider this, but I think I'm like, for every click, reading and writing multiple times. To and from Redis. Because, yeah, I really am. Every single click does, right, like, every click writes to Redis 3 times, I think, actually, now that I think about it. Because we're using Redis for 3 things. We're using it for the Socket.io adapter. So in Socket.io land, everything always goes through Redis. Whatever that is. There's some middleware for that. Where'd I put it? Is it right in front of my face? That's all the express routes. So, oh yeah, okay. So for our cooldown tracking, which is up here, we read and write from Redis on every single click. Socket.io, because we use this adapter. We read and write from Redis on every single click. And in WebSocket land, we read and write from Redis on every single click. Which is kind of silly and redundant, but isn't that big of a deal. But if we're paying for like Elasticache by usage, are you trying to distract me? You just need to alert now. Now I get a visual and audio alert if you want to distract me. Why does my audio not sound right? Oh no, is my audio ruined? How does my microphone sound? Does my audio sound crazy? I just realized I ran Premiere on this computer this morning and my audio might be screwed. It sounds okay? Like, that doesn't sound right. That played at the wrong... Is the music okay? I can't quite tell. Yeah, but the alert was distorted. I don't think the music is actually fine. I think it's hard to hear the distortion because it's electronic music. So, but my voice sounds okay. That's the more important part, I guess. I know you've got too many streams up. Well, the issue is okay, define okay. Does it sound like it is playing at the right sample rate? Because sometimes when I run Premiere, it likes to ruin everything, and I forget which way it goes. Either my desktop is all set up for 44.1 kilohertz, which is CD audio sound, and it tries to change everything to 48, or vice versa. Do I sound like a hipster? Is that true? Well, but I don't mean too quiet. I mean, does my voice sound distorted? Because the alert sounds distorted. That sounds bad to me. I don't know if it's coming out bad on the stream. Like, did that alert sound okay? It didn't sound like it was choppy because of the bad bitrate? Are you sure it's not distorted? Can I believe you? What does a hipster sound like anyway? Sometimes I do feel like when I hear my voice, I sound kind of... It was choppy just... Okay, you people are no help. I'm going to put on headphones, and I'm going to... Yeah, that sounded bad. Nothing is wrong. I don't believe you. I'm going to plug in these headphones to this machine, and I'm going to listen because I think it's running at the wrong sample rate. If my voice is okay, my voice is okay. I bet the audio is also screwed up, but because it's electronic music, you can't really tell, is what my assumption is. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way for me to fix this while stuff is running, which sucks. Like, just opening Premiere screws everything up. If I do manage sound devices, like, I don't even know where I would... This makes me annoyed. Why does Premiere do this? I thought I had it all figured out. I can't wait to watch myself on Twitch. Very excited about it. I never get to watch me, so this is going to be a real treat. It's not playing my video. Well, yeah, music is bad. Encode, how's it going? Okay, I think my voice is okay. Why is the delay so bad? Well, the music's always lower. I usually turn up... Oh, oof. Man, why is the alert... Okay. Yeah, it's a stupid thing. It is a thing where voice is fine, the rest is bad. It's because the voice is coming straight from the audio device. Well, I wonder if I can, like, while the stream is running, mess with the... It's so stupid. It's so stupid that it does this. Very frustrating. Okay, now my desktop audio just stopped. Why would that happen? There it is again. Is it good now? The thing I wanted, it's kind of an annoying thing. Like, why can't I just have a consistent... I don't remember where that is. Bling. That actually sounded okay. Is it fixed now? Did it magically fix itself somehow because I pushed buttons? It's a little hard to tell. It's not fixed. This speaker properties. If I can find this thing in Windows, this particular panel. Okay, so that is 48 hertz. Could you hear that beautiful twinkle sound? Did the beautiful twinkle sound good? Oh, the twinkle sound sounded beautiful. Glad to hear it. This is all set to 48 hertz. 48,000 hertz. 48 kilohertz? That's the word I want. That's the word I want. 48 kilohertz. Not 44.1. My dentist that I haven't been to since I left Seattle like 10 years ago just sent me a happy birthday email. Thank you to the Seattle dentist that I don't go to anymore, but appreciate it. I think it's Chrome that gets screwed up, actually. Well, no audio is actually going here. Encoded is legitimately, truly, honestly, really, actually my birthday. That's 48 hertz. I'm not even using that thing. 16 hertz tape recorder quality. It's weird with the output. It's like it's like Chrome is messed up. No way. Is today really your birthday? Ben, happy also birthday. And Draklin says it's his birthday. Yeah, let's try to, I guess, play audio from another place. How do we get so distracted every time? Where is that? Oh, that's in the bot. We uploaded it. I don't even, do we even have that anymore? Probably gone. Long gone. It's definitely Draklin, every day is your birthday. Let's try some nice bars and tone. That sounds right. Let's try it in Chrome. The problem is if the alert sounds bad, that's like in OBS. What am I gonna do about that? Yeah, ooh, nice Chrome. Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna close Chrome. Nobody say anything interesting in chat. but I think it's going to be broken when I come back. It's pretty awesome that Premiere just breaks everything, right? That's cool. It's a cool feature. No, the audio sample rate's just wrong in Chrome now. Premiere just breaks it. Cool. A PSA. Like, what do I do? Chrome's just broken now? We just don't use Chrome? On and off again? I mean, yes, when I restart it, it does fix it, but in case you haven't noticed, I'm streaming a stream right now. I guess we could just play our audio player in Firefox instead. Where'd that Firefox is okay. Maybe there's some Chrome helper or something that I need to kill. Or maybe the fact that OBS is running. That's a little weird. Maybe, I wonder what OBS uses under the hood for audio. We just listen to bars and tone for an hour. My YouTube recordings? I know, my precious YouTube recordings. Listen, sometimes people watch those. There's one person who watches those YouTube recordings and likes them on YouTube. So I'm looking out for that one person. My one fan. Okay. It's why though? Is it you? Is it you? No, there's one person that even commented how much they like them. Somebody else commented that I'm a loser and I shouldn't rant for 5 hours and that my videos are awful. That person is my favorite. I think I featured their comment because I appreciate that constructive criticism. You think it was Draklin? It was probably Draklin. Draklin's like, can you just shut up? No, Draklin, it was, it's useful. Let's go find it. Let's find that comment. It was a very good comment. Oh my God, my two-factor token. Twitch. I hate that Twitch does not use like normal 2FA where I could use any number of 2FA apps. You have to use either stupid, whatever it's called, Authy, or whatever they use. Or get a SMS message. And whereas if they would just use the standard, then I could use, oh, you know, that one thing? What's that one thing called? 1Password, because it has built-in two-factor authentication, automatically copies the code to the clipboard. It's so helpful, but stupid Twitch doesn't do it. Stupid Steam doesn't do it. Frustrating. Okay, well, we have some kind of music now that is hopefully not broken. Microphone seems okay. Chrome just breaks. Like, what a weird thing. Premiere breaks Chrome audio. I'm never gonna find. It's like something happens and it internally changes. Is it the ASIO? Wait, let's see. Let's check one thing actually. I have an idea. 48 hertz. As far as I know, like I have everything set to 48 hertz. There's no reason to be 44.1 unless I'm gonna like burn my streams to a CD. Get my CD burner. Okay. Well, now the music should sound okay. My voice should sound okay. Alert is still gonna probably sound bad. Yeah, sorry about that. Bad alert sounds. Forgive me. Forgive me for that. Kind of sucks. Okay. I'm not using the sound card. I'm using the my fancy Focusrite, and that's what this is going through, and it works. It's truly just a Chrome thing, because Firefox works fine. Like when you run Premiere, it messes with the system audio settings in some way that screws up Chrome. And so I don't know exactly if I should blame Chrome or if I should blame Premiere. Probably the answer is I should blame both. Let me look at that project one more time and make sure that it is set at 48 Hertz, which I think it has to be because that is what the audio hardware is set to. But let's look at the old Heat demo. I forgot how to do that. It's not here, it's somewhere else. Like edit preferences audio or audio hardware. 48 Hertz. Like, I don't even know what this would be changing. Like, why would Chrome freak out and be like, use the wrong sample rate? Maybe that's on some weird, like, Chrome about. I don't think we'll find this. This seems like too... Enforces 48K in Web Audio API. Well, that's what I want. I want it to always be 48. Or maybe I don't. What was the date on this? That's really old. I'm gonna assume that's been fixed since then. 48 sample rate mismatch when Chrome is open? I don't know. Sounds like such a weird set of circumstances. Okay, what were we trying to find out? Ben, okay, first of all, Ben, is it really your birthday? Maybe I should make a Heat extension that puts candles on the screen that I can blow out. Okay, here's the thing. I think I'm paying for all of these AWS Elasticache pricing. I thought there was like a free tier level of this. Man, I'm telling you, when the contest is over, I might accidentally migrate away from AWS. Pay only what you use. Yeah, except without even trying, I've used like 11 different services and they're all costing me money. So an Elasticache node, I think I did a baby node for Elasticache. Is this not usage based? Is it just based on... Why does that seem like it's costing more money? I don't know, man. It's just so much. There's just such a tangled web. Heroku's like a slider. Like, you just slide the slider up if you want more capacity. And I don't even know how much capacity I need. Apparently I'm the only one using this right now. But I also don't have like very useful analytics. I guess I could add Google Analytics in here, like when data came in. Because here's the thing. Right now we do this. Where we broadcast. I could make a thing that, like, if people actually used Heat at some point, where all data, where you could tap in and get everybody's data. Because I think we put the channel in the payload now. Maybe. Which that could be a kind of interesting thing. Like, that could actually be kind of cool. And that could be an interesting thing to stream, like, when I'm offline. Like, if a bunch of people were using Heat, I could do something that streamed all all of Heat. I thought I put the channel in here. Maybe I didn't. Oh no, I publish it to right. I publish it. The channel comes through the that's or whatever it's called. That's how we did our pub sub. We used that channel, Twitch channel, because we prefixed it with this. And then that's how we could know the channel, and then we'd broadcast like this. But I don't think it's actually in the payload, but it'd be very easy to add if we wanted to. Because then we do broadcast here, and we do the channel and the message. Client channel equals channels and the message, yeah. This is just how we, for WebSocket clients, send all this stuff. So looking at this, this is weird, because this makes it seem like Elasticache pricing is based on time and not by usage. But it looked from my billing like it was based on usage, so I don't know. I don't know. Feeling all wrong here. So Dracklin, you said that some famous streamer maybe tried to use Heat and it didn't work? That's sad. Wonder why it would not have worked. I never released that version. Oh, you think it was maybe the other one. Were you in the channel? Did you say like, hey, use Heat, famous person? I mean, if it just shows the map, you could do the Heat map. You want to do it, so you want that, like the thing from the other extension to me looked like an algorithm called k-means. Well, so there's a thing called k-means clustering, which we could do. So this is a I don't know what to call it. If you have an arbitrary set of points, it will try to cluster those points into some number of clusters. So you could say like something like this, like you could decide kind of like this sort of thing. Now, I think you do need to specify a number of, I mean, this is how I would do it. Yeah, precise points. I mean, do you think that that precise points just needs to be a bunch of clicks on the map? Or do you think it needs to be, because something like this, you could do, you could like sort of cluster things into cells and then, which I think that voting one we saw was kind of like this. So the PUBG map, right? And people are trying to decide where you should land. But is that happening while the plane is flying? Or that probably, like, when the plane flies, the streamer pulls up the map and then wants people to click. Okay. I mean, you could do Heat with the Heat map, but you're saying that you think there needs to be even more precision. Well, everybody, first of all, everybody knows you go to Pochinki, always. Like, there's no, why would you go anywhere else? Unless you're trying to go to the school. I've never even played PUBG. I watched a lot of it. I watched Giant Bomb did a series called Murder Island. Okay, so what would actually be valuable here? Like, it could be something like the Heat overlay, but something that just like put a bunch of pins in a map and just show all the pins. Or it could like actually, which maybe is correct here. Is that what you're thinking? PUBG pins, theme it. No, they'll look like Heat. They'll look like, because that's the Heat logo is already an upside down marker. So I'll just flip the Heat logo upside down, and then wherever people click, it'll put that. Well, that's sure. Let's do that. That's easy. And then we can test it where everyone could pick my favorite tooth. They could look at all my teeth and pick their favorite tooth. Which one's your favorite? Where's your favorite tooth? Transfer the click into the game? You don't have to. You just see that everybody goes there, and then once everybody clicks, then it's like, okay, that's where I'm gonna go. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to give the viewers control. Yeah, he's gonna be upside down. We're gonna do an upside down one. I have two. You can't really see on stream. My teeth are kind of serrated, but I had basically only 2 friends in middle school, and both of them chipped one of my teeth, but it ended up being symmetrical, which is interesting. Like, I have lifelong reminders of my 2 friends from middle school, Johnny Gibson and Dustin Delano, because Johnny Gibson rolled a granite cup coaster while I was laying on the floor, and it rolled into my mouth and chipped a tooth. And then Dustin Delano made a ball and chain with a rubber ball with nails sticking out of it, and it flew off the chain and hit me in the face. And somehow the nails didn't stick in my face. It just like one nail hit the tip of a tooth and chipped the tooth. How do you get the attention of the streamers? Wait 1 week, Dreklin. 1 week. Okay, well, let's do markers. That's easy. Easy peasy. Well, okay. I know. No, my whole life is a series of like, I should have. The thing that makes me believe in like the multiverse theory, where every single moment things diverge into multiple universes, and then there's a secondary theory where your consciousness kind of navigates through that. The thing that makes me kind of believe in that is the fact that I have all my fingers in both eyes, because all the stuff like dangerous toys I made as a kid, firecrackers, the fact that, I mean, there's no reason I should have all my fingers or both my eyes, or should be alive even. As far as making morning stars, a morning star is not on a chain. A morning star is just like on a stick. I was just talking about morning stars yesterday. Here's some fun history about morning star. So like mythologically, Venus was called the morning star because just the way Venus moved, it would kind of be on the horizon. And then because during the year Venus's orbital pattern would be different, it had this, that's where the myths of falling from the heavens would come from. And that's why in the King James Version of the Bible, when Jesus was describing the fallen angel, it was translated as Lucifer, which was the morning star or the Lord of morning, or which is then became later conflated with other figures, other biblical figures. But it's also a weapon. Yeah, kind of a spiked flail. Yeah, it was kind of a spiked flail. Yeah, of course. You didn't make stuff like that? I made so many dangerous things when I was a kid. Like, one of my favorites was disassembling and reassembling a mechanical pencil so you could shoot the pencil out of the barrel. This was like my greatest invention. If I had been a kid in the YouTube age, I would be. So these mechanical pencils, you can modify these so when you press on this, it will shoot out. And you would take a spring from a ballpoint click pen so it'd have more force. And then you would take staples from the stapler and hook them on the edge of the eraser, and then have a straight pin out, and then you'd have like a grappling hook and a needle, and you could shoot it. And then you could run fishing wire up this, and you'd make like a little grappling hook. It was a cool one. Oh yeah, thanks for switching. Yes, thank you. Got it. Awesome. This thing. No, but Dreklin, mine was serious. Mine had like retractable fishing wire so you could shoot it, and then it would stick into like the ceiling fan in the classroom, and then you could pull the thing. No, Dreklin, my invention was better. I'll make another one day. Oh, well, thanks for that. Thanks for that, Life is Yours. Appreciate this. Yes, it was basically this. Basically, why did I open that on stream without looking first? You toss bird baths into the creek. Out of control. Why would you do that? Another thing I did, like those like these rubber darts, like rubber dart guns like this. I had one that had kind of like this, but it was from a Rambo set. And so it was shaped like a sawed-off shotgun. And I realized like, well, these darts are kind of cool, but they won't stick to like trees. And so I pulled off the rubber part and then I stuck a nail through it and then put the rubber part back on. And then I had like this nail gun. And one time I ran into the house because my phone was ringing. And right when I picked up the phone, I accidentally hit the edge of the gun and it shot me right here. And the nail was like stuck into my eyebrow. But I was talking to my grandma on the phone and I didn't want her to know what I had done. So I had to pretend to play it cool with like a nail hanging out of my eyebrow. It's not good. It's not good. And yet I still have my eyes. Okay, so we need a thing. We just want to make a new heat thing that's just going to stick images on a map. And then how will you clear it? What's the right way to clear it? Just close and open OBS. If you just toggle that source on OBS. Yeah. So if they have like a Stream Deck or something or a shortcut to just, because you can set OBS to refresh a browser source. Okay, so then I'm not going to worry about cleaning it. I'm just going to say when you click, it draws a thing, which we basically have with the Hearts demo, right? Like we never finished that. Maybe we should just change Hearts. I don't know if I ever even published Hearts. Because it's all, let's just, Hearts is now fired. Hearts is now called markers. Well, these serious streamers, if they want markers on the map, are going to have to get markered. Yeah, we just have an SVG here. This could easily be an image. This is all fine. It's called candy, but we'll change the candy to marker. Oops. Oh no! What? Why did this work? Because it's called markers, that's why. What's the matter now? This doesn't have local clicks turned on. What's your problem? It's not defined. Of course it's not defined. Didn't do it right. I think the hearts are white on white, so we can't see them. I think they're in here somewhere though. Yeah, okay. So now we need to just make a marker. I can't wait to put markers on Pachinki. I'm gonna just do the markers. like the real deal for this one, is where everyone clicks, it'll put a marker. Just to make it easy. And now if we wanted to do something where we like clustered them together, we could do that k-means clustering, but just for this, I think you'll just see like the visual density of let's land here. Actually, where's our existing buddy? I don't think we need this background at all. Do we use it? Oh. So if I was gonna make a marker, I'd probably make it like this. And forget how to do the shortcuts on Windows. I'd like to have some sort of strategy. What would be my strategy? Strategy would probably be something like this. Oh! Good heavens. Something like that. And then the bottom click part would be the thing to figure out. How did that get messed up? That should be perfect. Yeah, okay. Okay. And then if we wanted to, we could knock out the middle. How big is this thing? Oh, that's weird. Why would I have done that? I don't know why I do the things I do sometimes. Okay, something like this. I don't know why that seems to be 1 pixel larger than it should be. Maybe it's just an illusion. Okay, and now can I just save this? So we will have to do some offsets. Maybe give it like a little shadow or something so they can stand off of each other. So what did we do here? We did 32, 32, and then when we offset them, we probably aren't doing this correctly at all. Let's draw minus 16. So from the height, $6,000 people clicking. Yeah, a time limit per click per user or for a single instance to be linked to a user. Well, we can do the single instance thing because each of these is a thing, right? Like each of these is a div. It's gonna be horrible. 6,000 divs. Here's the thing though. I don't think I did this correctly. So that's the constructor. Yeah, we can update it. Maybe we can do that easily actually. Like if somebody clicks, we can just call update instead. Yeah, we can do that. Instead of instantiating every time. Like basically inside handle click, instead of making a new marker, we would look to see if your marker already existed in the map. Which I think I maybe started to do and then didn't even use. So instead of a set, this would be a map. And we would add, so here's what we would do. We would say if markers.has, is this how this works? I can't remember if this is the right syntax for this. I haven't used these JavaScript maps very much. Else, make a new marker and stick it in there. I don't think the syntax is right. I cannot recall. Markers, because it's not add. Set. Let's spell that correctly. Okay, I think that's like kind of working. The pen and the heat map. Draclin, you're out of control. They can add both overlays if they want to. I have broken this, definitely. If markers has the ID, is that right? If it has? Yeah, if it has, then we have to get. So if it has a key, get, otherwise set key with the new marker. That kind of looks like it should work. Did I not write this stuff correctly? Well, we call draw. Do we call draw every frame? Or do we call draw at all? I think I like started writing this and did not actually finish it. Because we're not animating it. We're not even using draw. Some of this is copied and pasted code. So, yeah, we just need to do whatever we do here, basically. There's no target, there's no timestamp. This is all leftover cut and paste code. So once we get this, we will basically say, like, we don't really, I mean, we don't really care about it being persistent. We could just do okay, that's my click. Markers.push. Push is for an array. This is a map. It's like a hash map. It's a new-ish JavaScript thing. Is anybody else able to do this, or am I the only one? No marker for you? Do we all have the same marker? Well. Oh, because I'm not passing the ID. kind of weird that JavaScript would let me do that, but there you have it. You able to move your markers? Why is my bitrate tanking? Backblaze? Lerp them. I just deleted all the animation code. I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want them animating around. Okay, the main problem now is that we want the Y offset because again, like if 1 million people are using this and they're all just swarming around, it might be hard to like someone to actually interpret what they're looking at. It's like me just dropping a pen. Okay, the problem is the Y offset of this should actually be the full height for the Y. And then the pen should always be at the bottom. It should suddenly appear at the click location. Yeah, that's how the normal, right, PUBG clicks would be. So everybody gets a single click. So this is it, right? We did it. Okay, which one's your favorite? You need a drop shadow or something. Make your favorite tooth. Are you aiming for a nipple? The guitar? No, get it. It's teeth. Get your favorite tooth. PUBGmap.io. Interactive maps. There's 4 maps now? I didn't even know that. Oh my gosh, it has so many markers on it already. And heat maps. PUBGmap.io is incredible. High resolution of this map. That one's too high resolution. Inappropriate. Draclin. Outrageous. Why are these images so small? Click on things and oh, back there? What is that? That is a mate set that I have not used. That it was gifted to me after someone's trip to Japan. That's part of the pieces of it. This is my shoulder. Was there something back there? That's a paper bag that needs to go outside. In here? Man, don't look in there. That's my closet. That's clothing that should be put away better. That thing, I don't know what that thing is above. So above the guitar is the carbon monoxide detector, and then there's a thing I just found on a hike one day. It seems to be like some kind of fishing lure thing. I don't know. That whole closet is full of totes. The closet is all totes. It's totes is head to totes basically. Okay. What am I doing? Did you send me a PUBG map at some point, Draclin? A good one? They're also low res. Okay. Oh, I can't do a local or a remote image file. Can I do a media source with an image file? Is that a thing you can do? Apparently not. My pen gun? Yeah, it's all part of the weaponry. Down there, I think that's laundry detergent at the bottom of the closet. What how can you not show an image from a URL in OBS? Like, does image not do that? You just do a browser source? I mean, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I thought I went into image, create new image file only wants to be a literal file. Media source, which I kind of would have thought would have worked. Seemed like it wasn't working. But I could do a browser. How big is this image? Who knows? 800 by 800 something? Beautiful. Okay. Let's go, everybody. The username now? No, because the Twitch API doesn't report the color. The best I can tell. As best I can tell, color, as far as chat, the only way to get that is if the bot was in chat and somebody talked. Like, you can, I couldn't find any way to find the color. You could define a color. Well, that is the marker. That's because there's an opacity filter on that browser layer. Let me turn that off. Yeah, there could be a color picker in the extension. That's on the to-do. But as far as getting your name color, that information doesn't really exist anywhere. And except, as far as I can tell, the only place it exists is when someone talks in chat. Where are we going, everybody? Pachinki, of course. Let's go to Pachinki. Such bull. It is bull. I agree. Why isn't that account bound? Maybe there's some way to get it. Maybe there's some way to look it up with some Twitch API. But I feel like I looked around. Twitch API color. Like, you can get it from IRC. The user's chat color. There's no web API. You have to be connected to IRC and request message tags which contain the user color. So I guess I could connect to IRC, and then I think there's maybe a way to ask for the tags. But not in an easy way. The Twitch API is so weird, like, in terms of what things are where and what's supported and what isn't. Like, all that stuff that we saw with, oh cool, the Twitch API gives you all information that you could want, except like the TMI.js, the chat API, is like, you can have everything you want to know except for user follows. If you want to know when someone follows you, you have to use a totally different strategy. And if you want to know when someone raids you, you can know that. But if you want to know when someone hosts you, you can't know that unless it's logged in as you. It's just, feels so inconsistent. Did everybody? Okay, somebody picked to mark the marker. Interesting choice. I think this marker could look a little nicer. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I will leave the marker up. I'll leave the map up so everyone can decide where they want to go. Or I can leave it on the splash screen. You can click. What in the world? Excuse me? What have you done? Is that a creeper? Is that a Minecraft? A Minecraft creeper? How'd you get so many clicks? How did you spoof these clicks? Did you just keep refreshing and getting a new user ID? And clicking every time? Oh no. Do I want to know about this? Life is yours. You don't have a preview of the color when you do that? I have a preview of the color with the color picker. Smug, yeah, man, I don't know. I've seen a lot of that. I don't know if that particular person is a Twitch dev, but I feel like pretty often on... Wait, why I have this on my face? Draclin? Yeah, there's definitely some smug responses in Twitch developer posts. It's like that one that I was looking at the other day that was like, well, per the documentation. As per the documentation, Draclin. Jerks. Jerk moves. You make your documentation suck less, or maybe why don't you make your API consistent? Per the API. Okay, where did we all decide to go? I can't believe I just came and sat down and left that creeper on my head for 5 minutes. Okay, I feel like this works, it just doesn't pop very much. What's the right color? What do we do with it? Should I just pick a random color? Also needs something. Let's see. So default browser. Actually, I think I realized something for the heat examples. If you don't know, so by default it calls background. Is this what the default is, or did I change this? Like, what's the default for... Okay, default is to set the background color to clear, but not clear background, right? Which is going to screw people up. So that might be confusing. Like, if I did this with the default with heat map, does it work? No, that seems to work. Okay, maybe it's okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, gobstoppers everywhere. Markers? Is that what it's called? Links to the markers. We need, what? I kind of like it orange. I just want it to be more of an orangey orange. Like 256, 120, 128, like 127. 30 degrees on the hue, sure. 7F, those are really halfway. And then, I feel like this hole's too big. Oops. Oh, that looks too small. Oh, that's too big. That's just right. And for the background, just like a 10% drop shadow, something. Very slight. How's that? Did I close my window? No, shucks. I'm on the wrong display. No one told me. Okay, that's all I did. Is that with the drop shadow? It reads not at all. Really pop it out there. 25%? It's hard to tell if the SVG is actually refreshing or not. That looks like trash. A little bit of gradation, maybe. All the heat stuff was from just the default palette, I think. Just, where's just... Why do I have no default swatches? Because I'm RGB? Where's the default swatch library that normally loads? Default. I don't know. Okay. Struggling here. Okay. Nope. 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 Okay. What is the deal? Why are my swatches? Where are you, swatches? I don't know. I don't know the answer. Oh well. I don't like that. Maybe the other way? Drop shadow's not the greatest thing. It'd be nice if it was a little softer. But I don't know about SVG blurring because it turns it into an image. Like, there's no reason for this to be an SVG. Also, it doesn't have to be. I just decided it is. But like, one thing we could do is something like this. Just like 120 or 124 even. That's not what I wanted to do. That was the wrong thing. You. Okay, I need to see what a million look like, so I'm gonna turn off the dude and just always spawn new ones. What'll that do though if the ID already exists? Freak out? Nope, won't care. That doesn't look amazing, but at least they pop a little bit off of each other. Kind of want it to have some softness. Then it just has to be a PNG instead of an SVG, which I don't really know what's more efficient client side for the browser to render. I don't kind of maybe don't like that offset. Makes it not as clear at the bottom. I think the legibility at the bottom is more important. Well, that just means the legibility is not great in either case. I know what the solution is, maybe. What? Oh. Oh yeah, that looks horrible. An awful idea. Why would you let me do that? We are scaling it, which we really don't need to be. We could just be doing everything at 32. Really? Update? This doesn't scale well. This should be 25%, so that should be a 1 pixel border. Like, this is just gonna get ridiculous. You don't even see the thing. Kind of like the white outline. I don't know. Maybe outline is not the right answer. We really shouldn't be scaling it. If we drew it to scale, that would probably help somewhat. And so that scale is what? 32? So if we made our canvas... Great. And we can have a default background because I think this is okay. Like, however I did this, because background just gets set to none. So, this. Why didn't that work? any of this stuff. We are using Socket.io, though we don't have to. We're not using Pixie, or a canvas, or a webcam. But why is my background not working? Oh, probably because I need... Right. Oops. Okay. What, excuse me? I'm not quite sure how to interpret that. I'm not racist or anything, but you have pretty eyes, Scott. Thank you. Do you want to pick my favorite? Which one of my eyes is your favorite? Which one's the best one? I can't quite. This one? The third eye? Here. Ah, yes, here. The third eye. Where is it? Ah, yes. My stream is very behind. This eye. It's one of my better eyes. The third one. Okay, I think this looks okay. So if we refresh to this over here, is it going to actually refresh? No. Why is there this weird thing about caching SVGs? Like even when I explicitly refresh, it does not seem to do so. Lame, but we could push it because I think this is done. Right? Is there anything else here? We subscribe unless there's a channel. Oh no, this is bad. This only subscribes to me, so this is not good. Yeah, because we should probably use Heat.js because it actually has the check. Right. Because this would not work for other users. One of these days I'll rewrite all this stuff in a way that is sane and have a library that makes sense. So we call this, that wants the normalized X and Y. That just wants the ID. Oh, I don't know if my click handler passes the ID. Maybe? Guess we'll find out. Wait, what am I doing? I was just finding an error. Thank you for the alert. I had forgot to add the thing that respects channel IDs passed in the query string, meaning that this would not have worked for other human beings, but now should work for other human beings. Which I should probably like test this stuff on BotMadeThis or something. Make sure it actually works. I'm glad I did that alert thing. That was the... So far, I'm currently glad I did it until it gets so abused and annoying that I can't stand it. But for now, very useful. Okay, I think this is all good. And now let's uncomment this so people can only have one click. So we make a new markers, dude. We have a facility to destroy it, but we don't do that. I'm not even sure this is correct because you'd want to call it parent to destroy it. Well, we don't need it for the moment. Okay, this is very little code. Easy, easy peasy. Looks pretty good, I think. Okay, single click. Single click. Let's commit this and try it on. That's not the right thing. That's mission control. The heat viewer. We never finished the face one or the names one. And I've seemingly done weird stuff in... Oh, that's the WebSocket test. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, let's push the markers. And actually, let's add it to the home page because that one's just so important. And even more important than warp and pixel. Heat for channel, yeah. If this was something else, heat for channel 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. Okay, I think this is okay now. And markers fits. It's not very responsive. That's okay. I know Life is Yours can't stand it, but we're gonna call it fine for the moment. Yeah, what else? Anything else for that? Oh yeah. Where's the putty? Okay, now if we do heat browser and we go to heat.j38.net/markers, we should get the new. It doesn't work. What did I do wrong? I did push it, didn't I? Was it just taking a second for GitHub? Did I forget to push it? I pushed it. Might just take a moment for GitHub to... I would like this to always be secure. There is a way to force that, but it does not work well for me in GitHub for whatever reason. I should verify that. Okay, we have markers. HTTPS is good. So there's a thing you can do with GitHub Pages, which is enforce HTTPS, but it was not working for me on another repository. Maybe we can get it to work here. It should just be, yeah, why is it not even offering me the option? It's supposed to, like, there it is. Unavailable for your site because your domain is not properly configured to support HTTPS. But it is, like, it works. I wonder how it checks. It could be something weird because I have like Cloudflare in between. And this HTTPS is probably actually from Cloudflare and not from, I mean, I don't have a real certificate for this. If I turned Cloudflare on for that? My session expired. Okay, DNS for heat.j38.net. I do have Cloudflare fanciness going. So why do you act like it's not available? Because it clearly is. I could do it myself and write something to like auto redirect, but I don't like this song. It's that song. It's the one song with words. So we have a CNAME record. Why doesn't this work? This has yet to work for me. Why, GitHub, why? I don't know the answer. Kind of annoying. Anyway, that aside, does this work now? jp88.net/markers. Is that not right? That seems to work. But it seems to not work. Okay, now it's working. Incredible. We can all go to Pachinki, finally. My dream come true. Okay, you can go to the school. That's fair. I will accept the school. Why, GitHub, does this not work? This kind of doesn't work on any of my domains. It makes me feel like this doesn't work with Cloudflare. I guess I could do an A record. Like I have a different domain that has a different error. Like this one is saying that the domain is not properly configured, but what are you talking about? A domain that is configured in exactly the same way that we're working on. Or maybe I was just working on it. Was it on stream or not? I don't know. Try me was saying a different error, which this site will not even work if it's not HTTPS. This site doesn't even work. And it shows this error about a certificate problem. I think this feature doesn't work very well. I'm sorry. So what happened? That degree program, the entire degree program got canceled. You're gonna have to go to school here. So I'll go to school. School. That's a bummer. Why did it happen? Were you the only student? Whose icon is on my head? Whose icon is this? You weren't the only student? Okay. The whole thing got taken down? Wait, like other programs too, or just that program? Can you link me to the program? I'll teach it. Do they need an instructor? Is that why? I saw a job today. I came across my alumni list for a 5-week Unity developer job in Stockholm. I could have come to your side of the world at least, but I already have a job lined up. Starting in a couple weeks. 3D art and game entertainment got removed. Bummer. If only you had taken that class, then I could recommend you for this job. You could go live in Stockholm for 5 weeks. Teeth voting. Okay, so now we've created a flawless PUBG location vote strategy. Math with advanced algebra? Come on. Algebra. Look, what does advanced algebra mean? Like linear algebra? Oh, I was the only one that didn't require that? You need fancy math to get in? Linear algebra? Just do, write some shaders. Just say, instead of submitting like class credentials, just be like, check out these sick matrix transformations. That's linear algebra, right? I gotta remind myself what linear algebra means. Is matrix math? Yeah. This is all like, do like camera projection stuff in a shader and then be like, check out my sick shader. This is my application. It doesn't work like that. That's too bad. I mean, I don't know anything about linear algebra outside of the realm of computer graphics. And even then, I don't know it super well. I like, you know, there's definitely people that I've worked with in the past that be like, oh, I need to do this thing. Let me just like concoct a transformation matrix. And that does not come naturally to me. I have to really think about that. Because it's so, like, the need to do that stuff is just so abstracted away by engines. But every now and then, go do some matrixy math. You need to have exams here? Well, take an exam. You can learn it. Do like, what is it? Khan Academy Linear Algebra. Go here. Learn all about linear algebra. Maybe we'll do it together. Maybe I should do this. And then once you've learned it, go take your exam. We're not looking here. Come over here. Why don't you tell me I was on the wrong screen again? Look, vectors and spaces, matrix transformation, alternate coordinate systems. Perfect. Opening for exam entries. Well, when's the next ones? I'm sorry your program got canceled, but you just gotta figure out what's next. You can teach yourself linear algebra. I feel confident. Okay. What else did I want to do today? I'm kind of embarrassed that I'm the only person using Heat. I mean, I guess that's fine, but that means that all the money I'm paying to AWS is just for me to use Heat on my streams. Oh, excuse me. Weird stuff going on Discord. Okay, well, we made a new thing. What are we doing? Well, that's like 2 hours of streaming. I just wanted to play with Heat a little today, I guess. We got a new thing that's going to be a sensation above all PUBG streamers as soon as Draklin goes and tells them about it. Draklin, will you please go to every single PUBG stream? Ooh, you put all your eggs into one basket. I've done that too. That's okay. You're young. You're young and beautiful. You've got the world ahead of you. The world is your oyster. We could fix some of these other ones, like the name demo, some of those other things. I don't really know what to do with them right now, though. I was thinking of making like some raindroppy kind of demo. I still don't understand why Heat costs so much. I mean, it doesn't cost like an insane amount, but it costs an amount that makes me think like, why? I'm the only person using this. Why does it cost this much? It should cost like $7. I wonder how much it really would be if I just ran it on Heroku. Ooh, you can pick your favorite spot on the beach. Very nice. Excuse me. Slightly sleepy. Okay. I think that's enough of a stream for today. I think we get rid of the Pachinki map. Or the whatever, I forgot the name of this world. Yes, remove. Pricing of Heat. Well, I'm just like watching my AWS bill through the fun AWS Cost Explorer, which is a really fun app, but doesn't really tell me why everything costs so much, I feel like. I mean, I look at it and it's like, oh yeah, here's why here's why it's $45. And it's like, what? What? Why? I don't understand. When I looked at all these things individually, they didn't seem like they should be $45. Maybe because it's like spinning up multiple instances, but that would be insane for just me. Like, why does Elasticache cost so much? Why? Now that one, maybe, if it's charging by traffic, maybe that's my own fault because I'm writing through it too much, but I don't think that'd be the case. Like, why is it going to be $45 this month? My costs are up. And why does it do this? Like, why did it suddenly get more expensive? I don't think I did anything. Why? I know, it's cake time. Ben, meet me at the cake store. I already had too many desserts this week because it was Pie Day and friends kept taking me to get desserts over the weekend. You got raided by Quasi? Tell Quasi to use heat, but not too much. Oh yeah, you had that giant raid while you were streaming in your like 48-hour marathon stream. Like my Elastic load balancing costs are up 163%. Why? If I'm only running like one instance, it doesn't seem like there's enough. I just don't understand. It just seems like a trick. It seems like it's like I don't know. It's like going to the mechanic to get your car fixed, and then they're trying to trick you. So this is 1 penny per hour to run the computer, so that's fine. There's a tiny bit of storage from Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. But the Elastic load balancing costs an amount capacity unit hour and then per application load balancer hour. Like, isn't that weird that the load balancer costs so much more? I just don't. And then the Redis server, $0 for running on the free tier, but why is this one not on the free tier? Have I exceeded something? Like, did I bump over 750 hours and that's the limit for that? Like, I don't know. I think I just don't quite understand. Because it doesn't seem like, you know, little bit by bit, it's like, oh, that's not too much. That's not too much. But then it adds up and it's suddenly like $40 a month for just me to use this service. Put it all on Doku. I mean, I'm strongly tempted to just move this all back to Heroku and then let Heroku do all the scaling, whatever, and just slide the slider up and pay $7 a month, whatever. But actually, maybe the real thing I should do is this. Because, so one thing that did happen, which is cool, is that Twitch launched the updated developer backend, which I've barely even played with, but it is a new developer experience. And one of the things they changed was that previously, if you released an extension that was not monetized, you could not make it monetize, which that sucked. This is nice. Whitelisting by username. It's good. Better secret management. Good. UX improvements. Great. The version cloning seems interesting. So I could clone one of the previous versions to, because I do have some very tiny changes. Lower latency. But I think one of the things they added that is not there is the ability to turn on monetization. Ooh, subscription support. How does that work? Okay, do I get a cut of subscriptions? Okay, so let's try this one. So what do we have here? We have bits support. This extension offers some experiences in exchange for bits. And That's kind of interesting. This extension offers experiences only to... I've never heard of that. Do I get any money? Do I get any money? That's kind of cool. So checking if someone's a subscriber is interesting, but like, do I get any money for that? Because normally I would get some percentage of any bits that went through. I thought it was like 20%. I don't know. You don't, I mean, there's different ways you could do it. You could make it where like only subscribers had a different cooldown or something. Basically all this says is that the extension, I believe, can just look to see if someone is a subscriber. But I don't think it necessarily dictates how you execute that. So like subscribers could have a different cooldown or something like that. Where's the thing that tells you how much money you get though? I did never quite figure out what was the right answer of how to monetize this, because you can't just easily charge 1 bit per click. You'd have to do something like sell a bundle of clicks or sell an amount of time. Which the amount of time we could just stick in the Redis server, and then anytime someone clicked, you could check and see if they were in Redis land. Bundle is the way to go. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in some ways, paying for a number of clicks would be harder for me to manage than paying for an amount of time. Because if it was paying for an amount of time, you can write entries to the Redis server that automatically expire, which is how I do the cooldowns. So if, say, it was like, oh, for the next hour, you have no, or have a low cooldown on your click or whatever, or you have to, like, clicks are required on this channel. It could be something that somebody could set and say that you have to pay, and then you could say you could buy an hour or 24 hours or something like that for a single channel, and then all I would have to do is write a key to the Redis server that said, hey, for the next 24 hours, this person's good. Otherwise, I would have to, you think it's a hassle for the viewer? I don't know. Like, I feel like that's less selfish. I feel like the selfish way is to say it's per click. And then like I have to have some data store where I'm tracking how many clicks they have left, and it's way more error prone. And then a user is like, oh, every click costs a penny, versus like, oh, this, you know, the user's like, this feature's now available to me for this amount of time, and I don't have to worry about how many clicks I do. I feel like it's kind of better all around. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how common it is to do time-based bits kind of stuff. Well, but that's going to be a problem either way. If you want to click and you haven't paid, whether or not it's bundled by time or number of clicks, you're going to have to go through some purchase process if the channel requires it. Oh, you mean on like subsequent times? Yeah, but then I have to have some way to tell you how many clicks you have, and there has to be UI for that. Like, I don't know, it's more complicated. It's way easier and less error prone on my side to not say, I'm going to manage a number of clicks for every single, like manage state for every user in a persistent way for like forever. Like, and then if the Redis server goes down or something and I lose that data, like, I don't know. I would way prefer to say that it's a time-based thing. MongoDB it. I don't want to have to maintain persistent data per Twitch user. I want to say, like, put it in Redis and say, just throw this away in an hour. It's not important to maintain. Like, I want this to be as easy for me as possible because I don't want my job to be maintaining a Twitch extension. A timer for the remaining time. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but that could all be done client side probably. Maybe with some way to query the server. I wish that Twitch offered like some more tools for that actually. Like they just had a way to know when you bought stuff. But I think like in-app purchases on iOS, right? Like when you do that stuff, you have a way to ask Apple, like, does this person have this thing? Did they buy this? Twitch, I don't think you get that. I may be mistaken, but I think on the Twitch side, it's more like you say somebody buys something and then Twitch tells you they bought it, and then it's entirely up to you forever to make sure that the thing happened. Like, I might be wrong about that. Let's see, because you add a product. Unauthorized get product. So that's to get the products. Exchanging bits for a product. Who just texted me? Some strange. Oh, good. My bill, my T-Mobile bill. Thanks. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's less work for them to do, but I don't think I want to do it. Okay, yeah, you have to do a thing. When a viewer wants to use bits with an extension, you call the use bits function on the extension helper. This takes in the SKU of the product the viewer wants to exchange. The function is invoked as follows. If they're logged in, you get a dialog saying, how much does it cost? And then they can buy more bits. Then you get an on transaction complete. And so if the product is configured in the catalog to broadcast to all users, I mean, that's kind of interesting. You could let one person buy clicks for everybody with that. But it's not configured. Sent only to the instance of your extension running on the channel where, yeah, so then that person gets it. Okay, then you have to check. Extensions with bits and extensions features can be installed by all broadcasters regardless of the ability to receive bits. Oh, I see. So they may not even be able to monetize, and then you have to check that. Got it. But how do we receive? Yeah, this is all the documentation for bits stuff, right? Happy birthday from T-Mobile. Well, yeah, you can kind of do anything with the shader. Smoke and explosions. You could procedurally generate that, but shaders are largely like shaders are so highly designed to work with textures. That's like half of what's good about them. And so you could take the time to procedurally draw something, but that's gonna be way more costly than just putting in some textures. So you could write a shader to do something like that, but I probably wouldn't. I mean, I would maybe use a shader for those visual effects, but I would probably still provide textures to it. Because it's almost certainly gonna be way heavier to like simulate smoke procedurally rather than just taking some smoky texture plates and swirling them around. A big old ring of swirly smoke in space. I would do that with particles, and then I might write a shader for the particles. You could look at the Unity visual effects graph. That's a new thing. I've done very little with it. I want to spend some time with it. That's different than the shader graph. It's the visual effects graph. It is probably for something like a giant swirling ring of smoke in space. Okay, so we got to get the products, how much they cost. So this is what we would need to know. Registers the callback that is fired whenever a bits and extensions transaction is complete. And then this should tell us that our dude bought a thing. And then we get some secret encoded thing, so we know it's real. When does the receipt expire? And then this is a way to test. I mean, this documentation, this may surprise you all. This documentation from Twitch, not the best documentation I've ever read. I know, it's hard to believe. So, but I think the gist of it is this, is that we would have some way, like some little product catalog or something, some way to like opt into Heat with bits, whether you bought it based on time or number of clicks, both of which sound annoying in different ways. And then we'd get this callback, and then we'd send it to our extension backend service, our thing running on AWS. And it would be, we'd send the receipt so we'd know it was for real. And it would have all this stuff. So we'd validate this receipt on the server side, and then we would store something server side to say like, hey, we're good, you got it. Yeah. And then do all the scaffolding to have like some UI to say how many clicks you have left or whatever. Like, the persistent part just scares me a little bit. The time-based thing sounds a little easier. And it could be cheap. Like, we don't need to charge a lot for this. But I don't know. I don't quite want to jump into this yet. I want to wait and see how things unfold over the next week. Anyway, there's a marker on the tip of my nose. Beautiful. Is that my marker? Whose marker is that? That was my own marker. I like that there's a guitar marker on top of my head, one over there in the corner. Very good, very good. Okay, I think I'm gonna go out into the world for a little while. I was supposed to work on work today and taxes today, and I didn't really do it. I was supposed to do a lot of things today. Oof, good heavens. Well, we're gonna ignore that for a while. It's a birthday day. It's a free day, right? Okay. I will talk to you lovely people soon. Thanks for hanging out. Have a lovely, everybody. It's everybody's birthday today. Everybody have a good birthday. Goodbye.